Hey, what's up, humans? Welcome back to Palworld. We're here because of unfortunate circumstances regarding Palworld and Pocket Pair. This is not going to be my typical videos that I put out, so I'm just going to be ranting for a bit, and then that'll be it. So, as you can see, in Palworld right now. But I want to touch on something dark and tragic. Nintendo is suing Pocket Pair for patent infringement. Multiple cases. So, that is why I come here with a heavy heart to talk about Palworld, talk about Pokemon, talk about bullshittery. You know, fun stuff. Patent infringement. Isn't that something? I don't own you, do I? No, you're gonna kill him. Guys, you killed him. I was trying to capture him. He's a dead man now. It's just a little bit crazy to me that they're thinking maybe, and I don't know. Obviously, they said that they are protecting their IP, which this is not that. Basically, I can capture humans as well as creatures with these balls, with these nuts. As Pocket Pair and Nintendo go through with this lawsuit, we're going to figure out just what exactly they think Pocket Pair is infringed upon. And won't it be interesting what they say? And if that's the case, if Pokeballs are the reason, and how you capture your pals, would changing the object that captures the pals into a magic lamp, would that help instead of a ball? Because we do have other games out there that have the creature battling and capturing system implemented in their games, like Temtem. Someone told me about Fossil Fighters. You know what these games have in common? These games have in common that they have not crossed $1 million in sales. Whereas Pocket Pair's Palworld, I believe, is up there at like 800 million in sales, which is quite a lot. So that is definitely something that Nintendo will look into. But they're saying that it's from throwing the ball and the wiggles that it does, the 3 wiggles, and then capturing the PAL and then releasing the PAL to fight alongside you. That is a patent. I am hungry now. But that is the patent. And then there's also the breeding system that Pokemon has, where it takes care of Pokemon and I guess encourages good sleep habits. I didn't write this shit, they did. So it's just interesting to see. Those are just two of them. It's like, well, we're not going after the copyright side. I don't understand. I want to make it clear that I enjoy both games. And what I was hoping Nintendo would do with Palworld was to learn from Palworld's success and build us the Pokemon game we actually want. Maybe not with guns, but, you know, kind of an MMO type situation where you get to run around with your friends in real time, not just be in battles together. You had all this time, Nintendo, to innovate your game here. But being the only one in town, you decided to squander that. So is it any wonder why people want to create something that I guess would be similar to Pokemon, but with different mechanics? You know? It's like, instead of taking that lesson and learning from it and building with it, having that patent is a way to prevent other people, other developers, from making games with certain systems that might be really cool. So we can go and we can, yep, that's jumping, because I just pressed the space bar with my controller because it's plugged in. I want to give out a few examples here when it comes to patent law, or not patent law, but what things are patented. So everyone has talked ad nauseum about WB games and the Nemesis system. We will be playing Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor here on the channel, because I have not played them. I do own them, but I have not played them. You know how it is. Games on sale, buy. Play it later. Huge backlog. That's why we're doing this channel. But yeah, the Nemesis system, which sounds cool. I'm not going to reiterate it here because I don't have a script. This is not scripted. I don't know if you could tell. We got the there. Also, this has been talked about ad nauseum. Namco patented playing mini games on loading screens way back in the day. That one is no longer a patent. By the way, time has passed for that, as the time will pass for the Nemesis system. However, and this is what I'm curious about, Pokemon's patent system should have been, should not be in effect still, because it's been over 20 years since they would have implemented it. So I'm a little confused there as to why that's happening, but whatever. But then another one, which comes from my favorite game, the Mass Effect series, is a dialogue wheel. And that's where you have options in a wheel for you to select. So only BioWare can do that. which is why now you have seen it in Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, coming up in Dragon Age the Veilguard, Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3, Mass Effect Andromeda. And Anthem had it in there too. So there's a difference between WB and BioWare, or WB Games and EA, is that BioWare uses that in everything, but that doesn't actually affect, playing a game that doesn't have a dialogue wheel where you have to select dialogue, because you're still selecting dialogue, just not like that. And I think that's just fine. It's like keeping it in the wheel. That's cool. That way people know that it's your type of game. That BioWare developed it. So that's interesting there. But that doesn't affect other studios making deep RPGs with heavy dialogue and all that, and choices. Wait a minute. Cyberpunk had a dialogue wheel in it. But then again, the patent might be up for that one. So that's a possibility. It's like, I remember that. Or wait, am I thinking wrong? I don't know. I'm just pulling shit out of my ass because I am angry. Get along. Why can't we have both? Why can't we have other games with Nemesis systems in there? Why can't we have the fun things? And this is why video games have become more samey than anything else, except for the indie titles. Like a Palworld. It just upsets me. It's like all you could do is just learn, grow, innovate, help each other, make really awesome games. And in return for making really awesome games, we will buy them. Because that's how that works. Just remember, we don't have to buy your games, and that's where our power comes from. Our true power comes from our wallet. Without our money, they are nothing. I'm really sick and tired of these corporations believing otherwise. What are you doing firing that fireball out there? What's wrong with you? But yeah, now we're going to talk about Pokemon. Right after I do something here that you cannot do in Pokemon. Maybe this is how Professor Oak does it. Or forgot his name. Pokemon Go guy. How they do it in order to power up other Pokemon. Is that they use a condenser and they smash them into essence and then they feed it to the new guy. We're going to talk about Pokemon now. Testy subject, I know. In Pokemon, we have literally regurgitated the same mechanics for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 games? 9 games. I don't know why I was counting. It's like, I know it was Gen 9 last. And some more open worldy type stuff, but all of the Pokemon games were open world. Just depended on, it's like it was open route, I guess you could say. You could go anywhere until you you were blocked off because you needed a badge at the gym. So it's like all of it the same. Very samey. And then it started to get easy because they started saying that your rival would pick a Pokemon that's weak to yours, as opposed to the other way around, which really kind of like throws you into the fire and teaches you the game and teaches you humility as well. Now, I don't know about you, but I felt as I continued to play these games that I was just doing the same shit over and over and over again. And then once the end game hit, you know, you were like, oh, okay. So that's it then. Besides the, you know, capturing creatures, leveling them up, evolving them, breeding them too, you know, to have better stats. And then trying to get the perfect IVs and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, but that's kind of for one thing, and that's for competing with other people. Beyond that, it's like I can't go fight any NPC out there again because I've already exhausted all that. So there's not really much that you're doing. Some games tried to help with that, but it just kind of falls short because it's just more mini games that it, you know, with your Pokemon game, you're like, oh, okay, well, boring. But if you could have like base building and such like that, then you have kind of new motivation to continue playing the game. Especially if they were to, you know, update it with new stuff. It's like that becomes a live service game type thing, you know? At the end of the day, Pokemon has become stale, and this game should, in my opinion, invigorate your love for Pokemon as well as your love for Palworld. Because Palworld, I believe, is something that the industry needed to kind of help push it forward. You know, to help the industry push forward. Because it's like maybe Nintendo didn't even think about doing a survival game with Pokemon. You know? And they're like jealous at this point because someone else did. Well, they didn't patent the survival or anything like that. You are more than welcome to make a Pokemon game like this, minus the guns, obviously. Goddamn poachers, you know, give us something that we actually want. Stop fucking around, Nintendo. Serious. Just wanted to showcase, not necessarily this game. Just wanted to check on my pals one last time, if it is indeed the last time. We need to get you guys new beds, but literally I've lost hours to this game. But never once did I think, hey, what if they're ripping off Pokemon? I knew for a fact that Pokemon is doing just fine without Palworld, so just saying that it's like maybe not be a champion of Pokemon and only Pokemon and be like upset when other games do things and then say, hey, you need to sue these guys, what the fuck, what? You need to sue them. I can't believe what they're doing to you, man. Can you believe what you're doing to me? It's like, how about, I know you're upset that they aren't doing this themselves, and maybe say that instead of, well, you need to take these guys down. It's like, no, hey, why don't you make one of these? Come on, please. Please. So, you know, we're just like, what if you could gather a bunch of materials and make a Master Ball? Wouldn't that be awesome? Well, you had to go out and grind and get materials, like very extremely rare materials, in order to make one Master Ball. How about traversing and camping in the world of Pokemon with your friends and their Pokemon? Like, that's something that I wanted. And like, what if they are successful and they take down Palworld and they take out Pocket Pair, and then the very next game that they make is just fucking Palworld, but it's Pokemon without guns. Like, you know how fucking pissed I'll be? Like, oh, good idea. I'll take it. Thanks for your money and your ideas. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on in the video game industry now. And I just fucking hate. Hey, Sony. How about that Concord game? Did you like Concord? Did you? Instead of creating something that we gamers actually want. Like, isn't that awesome? You could have put out a Killzone game, and that probably would have sold millions, and people would like it because, you know, it's not like we've lost the developer of Killzone or anything. They're just making Horizon right now. It's like, well, maybe they don't want to keep making Horizon all the time. Maybe they want to go jump back and forth now, like BioWare does with Dragon Age and Mass Effect. You know, it's like having a clear path. But we are getting off topic here because of patent infringement. I guess there is no real topic. We're just bitching at the camera. You guys just here listening to my bullshit. Hopefully we have some comments to leave down there. I want to know your opinions about what's going on with Pocket Pair and Palworld and the patent infringement lawsuit. Do you agree with it or do you disagree? It's like, yeah, I mean, like, obviously if they went through and they purposefully did it this way and didn't do it you know, by accident or whatever, you know, like accidentally almost creating the same thing. It's like, I think I've been there before. I accidentally, I guess if it was an accident, it wasn't really an accident when I was writing this thing, but back in college, back in the old college in English class, I was writing. I had to write a dystopian or utopian. No, it was only a utopian, I guess. She didn't say no dystopian. It's like, so that wasn't off the table. But, so we were tasked with creating a dystopian story in this English class. And I apparently rewrote, like, verbatim, I guess, Battlestar Galactica, when I was actually taking some inspiration from Mass Effect, which probably did the same thing. I haven't seen Battlestar Galactica, and from this moment on, I refuse to. Because I was accused of doing that shit maliciously, which would have gotten me expelled. So I tried to explain, I have never seen Battlestar Galactica, which she did not believe me. And I said, I was like, we can take this up to chain of command, I guess. I don't know what you want me to do about it, because I do not. Like, I even rarely watch television in the first place, so. But yeah, so I was accused of plagiarism, but it was not plagiarism, and she reversed course and gave me an A, and then that's when I dropped out of college. And that is why I dropped out of college. So, I guess fuck me, right? You've probably been staring at me doing a whole bunch of shit. Just staring at me, staring at shit as I talked. But there you have it. So the industry needs to get off its high horse and deliver us what we want. In conclusion, Nintendo can get effed. Honestly. I mean, get good or suffer. Hopes and prayers out to Pocket Pair right now. Hopefully the judge rules in their favor and they're able to do something. If anything else, just a few changes here and there, but the game gets to continue. That's all. So, that's what I'd like to see as an outcome of the lawsuit. Anyway, is that nothing happens, or that they just need to make a few changes before launch. If this doesn't actually launch before the lawsuit actually begins. So, that might happen. They might be like, oh, well, is it ready yet? Well, we should probably launch it so that we can, like on PlayStation in there, so that they can accrue some more money before the lawsuit, so that they have enough. Because I think that if they once they release it on PlayStation, that they're gonna, probably sell maybe another 20 million copies because of all the. Well, I mean, I don't know. Well, yeah, because this could be played on a PS4, so PS4 and PS5, and have that huge audience, which couldn't have it before because it was in early access, so that could push them over 1 billion, and that might help them. So, just some food for thought, guys. I am here to defend good games. But if, again, and I want to be absolutely clear about this, if they did wrongdoing on purpose and all that, and not like the story that I told you about my experience apparently making Battlestar Galactica. I want my royalties, damn it. If I wrote this and you guys went forward in time and you stole my story and then went back in time and then created Battlestar Galactica, then fuck you. Sorry, ADHD. Anyway, humans, I just wanted to kind of come in here and rant today. So I want to thank you so much for watching. Why don't you check out this playlist right here? It's a First Impressions playlist. It has nothing to do with yelling about this. And that's also where the Palworld video will be in. And then this is the Palworld video. So, I've just been irritated about this all day, and I had to get it off my chest. And I figured, hey, why not make a video about it? Because I've done it with the TOS, and we're going to do it now. Don't know how I'm going to title and thumbnail this video, but we'll figure it out. And as always, I'll see you Starside. Take care.